So, hello, welcome back to another episode of EU4. We are playing with the third Odyssey mod. And we've just landed and are just getting overrun by events, and we are reading through all of that, so let's let the game run. With an ongoing struggle to establish a functioning state in the new world, our administration has quickly become overburdened with the numerous tasks required for expansion. Infrastructure has to be built, new laws created, armies raised and maintained, and administrative systems set up to manage the growing population. If not careful, we might soon find ourselves losing control of the lands beyond near Constantinopolis, as the magnitude of new responsibilities buries the state bureaucracy. This is just what we've read through already. Government mechanic overburden administration will remain active until we complete reform the administration mission. Yeah, we need to get below 30. We currently have 20, but we are gonna gain 10 here. In 2 days we're gonna have our neighbors happen. Okay. There's just a bunch of events, right? The Barbaroi watch us build our new cities and hamlets amused as would-be proud parents. Yet the wise of the Barbar become wary, as if their children's imaginarium were being manifest by some dark, forbidding magic. Stygian scratches upon barks and hides and parchment scraps have become flesh in the hands of our brilliant engineers and builders. Day by day, bright amusement degrades ever more into suspicion behind their dark eyes. As they share their food and knowledge of the land, so we share our skills of technique and artifice. For a time, this shall keep the peace, but for how long? Temperate Roman minds see the Barbaroi as a counterweight to our boundless ambitions. Without their presence, we shall overreach and our settlements become hollow. We need them more than they need us, therefore an accord must be reached with their councils. Warlike minds wish to do away with our neighbors, break them and send them limping into forests with the bones of their ancestors. Without their local knowledge, trade and labor contribution to our efforts, the establishment of our colonia will be hampered, but social cohesion will be higher, lest there sparks a conflagration like in the days of the Communal emperors. So, we get a colonist. Good. We get the Brave New World modifier, the benefits of which are already halved due to lack of supplies. The benefits will be halved again once 2 and 4 colonies are completed, and the modifier will be completely removed upon completion of the 7th colony. The modifier gives the following: global settler increase plus 250. Okay. Provinces in our capital area, Alicia, will gain a core, become Greek, and convert to our religion. We get minus 100% uprising chance. Provinces in the New World start with a portion of the development classified as tribal development. Attacking the local natives or failing to secure their loyalty will cause the loss of this development as the locals emigrate out of lands and leave the province depopulated. Okay. So, we want to colonize something. We already have minus 100% uprising chance, right? Minus 100% native uprising chance. Now, what I'm curious about is this place also says that it has a 100% native uprising chance modifier. And I assume that we want to acquire our area first. So... oh, yeah. Is this... I mean, we don't have the manpower to really deal with this. I would take this for now. Just to make sure. I don't think that 20 will really change anything. So... would this actually even matter? Oh, we are not paying our army at the moment. Okay, there's plenty of stuff to do here. We can't do this yet. We can rival someone. People who are a lot stronger than we are. Okay, salvaging the fleet. Upon unloading the last of the cargo from the remaining ships, our sailors realized that our fleet had taken much more damage in the storm than we had originally thought, and it is in need of urgent repair. There is a debate occurring among the people on the usefulness of repairing the fleet at all, as it will be expensive to repair and maintain. The alternative is that we break down the ships for wood, which we can use to help build a local infrastructure such as roads and housing, or for building a basic wooden palisade around the settlement to help protect us from the native incursions. So we could take base tax and base production, we could gain military power and a castle, which would also get a heavily reduced fortification. That's actually not bad. We could get sailors and ducats, which improves our trading, which is, I guess, somewhat useless. Or we get Byzantine ships, which kind of... oh, this would completely fix our ships. And replace the flagship's penalty with a bonus. But do we need that? What do we need ships for at the moment? We have no need for ships. I would... I'm currently tending towards the castle, to be honest. Because having a castle right away is gonna basically hinder us of losing. But at the same time then, are we gonna start fights with that? I mean, getting the development into capital, that does sound like a far healthier decision. Now let's take a castle. I like the idea of having a castle right away. We have fought several skirmishes with the local native populace, but we now have the opportunity to conduct a diplomacy with them. One of the tribes named Pohanta has expressed a lust for our silver and our spears. We also have need to expand our territory beyond our little harbor. Perhaps we could come to an accord with them in the future. Where they migrate south in exchange for some of our wealth and weapons of war, it would be an effective way to conserve our critically low manpower. Deal with Pohanta. Hatan. What does this one do? When we have at least 2 cities, they have 50 opinion of us, and they own less than 2 cities. We have enough money. The foreign cost is halved if we own at least 4 cities. The foreign cost is removed upon this opinion of us at least 100. Roman offer deal. Once they agree, we will gain control of Bahantan lands, and they will move south armed with our advanced weaponry knowledge. If they are our subject, they will become independent, and an alliance will be established between our nations. Okay, so we want to improve our relations with these guys. I mean, this one should be in very quickly. So we don't want to rival them, so it's good that we didn't rival these guys. I probably also should get our man... Yeah, I probably should get these dudes in. Wait, this does administrative burden, right? Recruiting a regiment, yeah. I still think I want to do it, because troops make the world go round in this mod. That seems like a healthy decision. You lands Old Fate. Oh, there we go. The priests and deacons who came with us on our journey across the sea are using their positions in the community to help keep our people united in the face of a great hardship. Holding sermons and offering aid to those who need it. Even if it means relinquishing some of authority, we must admit that we need their help. So, they start with 20% land share. We get 50%, 50 patriarch authority. Now, do we want to use this to boost this stuff up here? I don't see an immediate need for any of this quite yet. So I would like to keep this. We of course get slowly but surely reduce it per year. But I think this is completely alright. You guys, you are just the normal dudes as always. Okay, then right away we're gonna do the normal stuff. We could counteract the loss by getting this one active. Development of temples doesn't do anything for us at the moment. There's nothing special here. It's 46 and you have 40, okay, so if I do any more, this is gonna just be... I mean, I guess we could do the development of temples. I do that anyway every time. Gets it to 56 and reduces that. Sees council land. Oh, interesting. Otherwise, there doesn't seem to be anything here. So some of the stuff actually has power to estates, which gives, yeah, you know what? Just give them the influence. Why not? This will slowly but surely lower this down, and I'm all for that. Something else. Didn't we have a mission here that it had to do with them? No. Okay. Let's see. So it did say that the colonies within our starting area are gonna get reduced, are gonna get a culture switch no matter what. Otherwise, we might want to kill these guys. Organizing the masses. We have now established a basic settlement. It isn't pretty all that large, but it is our home now. We have established a basic militia for defending the town, set aside some land for farming, and clear the local forest for wood. The overseers that run these projects are requesting more workers, however there are not enough for all of them. Where should we send the peasants? What makes sense here? Production makes no sense at all, because we don't have a good trade good here. So I feel like taxes might make the most sense. Because you know me, I like finances and seeing this number positive. Okay, this is livestock. Not the best, but it's alright. Who do we have here? Okay, yeah, these guys are probably gonna be... I mean, we could just eat them up at this point. We have the numbers? We could easily do this. Anyway, what is this? The aristocracy that ventured west with us has grown increasingly concerned about small-scale raids by the red-skinned barbarians native to this land. To that end, they have been recruiting small bands of their kith and kin to defend the Roman holdings and conduct counter-raids. By appointing a general unconnected with the aristocracy, these small-scale militias can easily be turned into a unified force. And the only question that remains is where to best deploy them. Ensure the city above all else, or base production. Give me the tax. Alright, we're gonna get another dude here. So now we're even, and we have Skanderbeg with us, so we should be alright. Clearly. If we pay the army, that should not be much more of a burden. We could get something done. Let's rival them as well. They are considered stronger than I am. I mean, do we get penalties to our army quality? No, right? We have no manpower, I can see that, but... Why are we considered weaker than them? We have so much more going on for us. Huh. I mean, Pohanda we're gonna make friendly. Piscataway we're gonna make angry. So that was this decision. We need to at least have another city. I mean, I would like to have the... I mean, I don't care about the money penalty. Maybe I do actually care, but I think we're gonna do this as fast as possible. Local religious leaders are saying that it is time for us to build a church dedicated to God. As we are currently limited in resources, we can only build a basic church using wood and stone. The Emperor's advisors remind him that if he paid for it out of his own treasury, the church would likely consider themselves in his debt. So if we pay, we gain a little of loyalty, we could lose patriarch authority, or we just say no right away. I'm not gonna use my money for this. If I can just use this value for it, that seems a lot easier. Yeah. And the church is gonna be amazing here. Yep. The Champion of the Chows. This is, sure. Is this a better one than... I mean, he has a siege pip. So we can do a conquest war here? Oh. Oh, we just need to wait until August. Then let's wait a little bit longer and get this done. I mean, we do technically have a castle, so it would be nice to let them run in and get slapped by it. But we have a 5-star, we have a 5/5/5 general, and they are natives. Am I gonna regret this decision? We have no manpower. What is this? This is heals only -1. I'm gonna still try this. Okay. We could do summon the militia, which would give us a heavy penalty, but we do have enough to recover here. So, would it make sense to turn these guys into our subjects? Probably. So yeah, our manpower is slowly melting away. That is of course bad. But they don't trust to run into us. I think having Skanderbeg around was a fantastic idea. Visitors from the north. We have received delegation from a previously unknown group of people to the north. They seem to be the remnants of Varangian colonies that were fought abandoned centuries ago. According to historical documents, the Varangians of old made fearsome raiders and eventually became distinguished raiders in their own right, but only because raiding became impossible to accomplish with the advancements of fortification in Europe. So our coast still lay mostly unprotected. We saw it fit to send a delegation of our own to the north to talk with the leaders of these Varangians. Makes sense, so they don't break our necks. Yeah, they own all of this. Our diplomats have finally arrived at the northern Varangian colonies, and were quite surprised. They were expecting barbaric dwellings filled with horned, pale men, but instead they found quite a large wooden city that housed a strange mix of both pale and native men. And while one could say the city was underdeveloped by our standards, their apparent success as such a terrible isolation was a marvelous sight to behold. When our diplomats were finally received by their leaders, they were given two trade propositions. One with the most northern of the colonies, called Helluland, promising a stable source of naval materials from their ongoing naval operations, the other with the southern Markland that proposed instead of a wide array of exotic ivory, furs and oils. The northern colonies made clear that this was a diplomatic play and accepting one offer would exclude the other. So, we once again lose trade power. This would turn them into our friends. The other one would do ship cost. What hell do we do with ship cost reduction? I don't have boats. Guess prestige feels better. And Markland is kind of locked in here. Sure, I'll take Markland. Why not? Oh, there we go. First colony is finished. Our new home. Now that we have found our new capital, it is time to expand our influence to the lands that surround it. As this would provide a buffer zone that any enemies must first pass through. We also hope to one day benefit from that may become the cultural and economic center of our empire. So we gain a core, we rename it, we gain some values, and it does change the development in the religion here. Lovely. So, with that in mind, we could technically just wait for two more for these two provinces before we deal with these guys. Sure. I think that's completely reasonable. Apostate. Okay. Georgios Gemistos Blathon was a brilliant mind held in high esteem by the Basileus as well as his brother and father. I just want to check if you have another estate. He circulated Plato's teaching to the barbarous west and gave the Latins some small measure of enlightenment. For this, as well as his friendship with the Basileus and his advanced age, he was born in 1355. He was brought along with the fleet of exiles. Now, however, we have seen his true colors. He is worse than a heretic or heathen. He is an apostate, one who has turned his back on God. He sings hymns to Zeus and other pagan deities and teaches the mysticism of Zoroaster. And his intelligence and charisma is such that even a Cardinal Bessarion, who also made his way onto the fleet, has fallen under his way. With such an influential and high-ranking backup, Lethon's ideas have begun infecting the lower classes and even some of the rural farmers and woodsmen, who ranged inland when the fleet landed. Perhaps his worst crime, however, is that he repudiates the Romanness of our people, declaring them solely to be pagan Hellenes instead of righteous Romans. This apostate Neoplatonist is popular enough and held in high enough imperial esteem, to whereas arresting him would be unwise. In addition, he is sure to die anyway within a few years, of natural causes in his extreme age, but is still dangerous and should be watched. So, Georgios Gemistos Blathon. Stabkist, religious unity. We do get more monthly admin, but we lose patriarch authority. Our decisions and actions regarding the growing Platonist community may lead to unrest, and if we do not maintain neutrality, we will be courting disaster. Enables disaster, leads in religious wars. We've managed to avoid it until 1468. The conflict will be resolved peacefully, ushering a new era of religious freedom. Both Platonist and Orthodox communities start with cordial attitudes towards our government. Then the attitude fall will cause issues if we were to side with any of them during the disaster. On the other hand, if we wish to take the moderate approach, it would be beneficial to keep the attitude of both communities as high as possible. Okay. Is this a modifier? No. Doesn't seem to be it. Is there a modifier here? We just have this guy at the moment. Okay. Alright. This is further going down because of our bonuses. I mean, we are at war, so... You stay here? Because this is amazing. Okay, what is this? One of the following must be true. Religion in Romania is not even orthodox. The historical attitude 1616. Okay, 1468. What increases this? Always by 1. Well, that's shit. How do we prevent that from happening? I guess we're gonna get a vent. Come on, finish the siege. I'm running out of... There we go. So, What will make sense, yeah. If we do this, we just get a province and these guys move on. Having them as a vassal... I'm currently wondering if it makes sense to get Humiliate so we can get this bonus. We can't get this bonus. Alright. Forget it. I don't care about Humiliate then. I'll just take the province, right? Screw it. Why not? Oh, we're gonna have rebels, but I can increase the autonomy and just remove them. Yeah, you know what? I'll do that. This is also gonna speed up the taking these guys, right? Taming the land. We gain more stuff. Let's core this. We could rival the Pohundans, but we're not gonna do that. We're gonna keep them happy. We no longer have the 100. Oh, because of the different religion. Okay, that's alright. We can do this. At the moment this would cost me Diplo points, which I don't care about. I'm not sure if if the city modifier is active as long as these guys are around. I could just wait for this. Anyway, taming the land. It has been a difficult time adjusting to this new land, and most troubling of all has been the local crop. Those who brought from home have found it nigh on impossible to take root in this foreign soil, while those native to this land do not respond to our old methods as well as they should. Careful rationing and foraging what we could from the land have been able to sustain us for some time, but now finally those measures can be done away with. With careful help from more friendly natives, we have come to tame this land and know it just as well as we did our old. Irrigation ditches have been dug and fertile fields are now overflowing with the first of our new crops, just waiting for the harvest. A year of plenty is upon us, and we can only hope for many more to come. So we gain a base tax and production, we gain grain, enables the foreign trade goods, grain and tobacco, and the Dinatoi estate shows up. We get frontier paranoia in 30 days, and okay. But the good thing is, this place finally does something with production. That's very good. Okay. Anything else? There we go. I was just like, wait, where are these guys? Oh, we cannot do anything with this at the moment. Alright. So. Formation of the Barbaroi councils. We have been a growing power in these lands for some time now. It is no surprise to us that the Barbaroi of this land have been hesitant to deal with us. The culture shock of civilization to barbarian is a mighty thing. But now at last they have managed to calm down from their awe. Our expansion has overrun several native tribe lands, placing them within our borders and therefore our subjects by technicality. Several chiefs, warriors and other officials from these subsumed natives have formed their own small councils and now seek audience with us as both a subject and independent group. The way these Barbaroi describe themselves, they accept our rule and our laws, but demand the right to govern themselves in turn. They shall listen and obey and assist in dealing with others of their kind. In return, we shall respect their right to their land, and we shall allow them to live as autonomous communes with our empire. Their greatest demand is that we agree to leave their ancestral lands untouched, left to them and their people, and do not set foot upon them without permission. In some cases these lands are easily given, but in others they are some of the lands with the most potential benefit for us in the long term, and just ignore them would be a waste of resources, for the sake of sparing the feelings of a few Barbaroi. We can easily accept everything else, even if this unorthodox relationship is not pleasing to us. But on the subject of these ancestral lands there is much to be debated and our answers must be firm. Alright, we get another estate, and we get ancestral land recognition. Prevents the emigration of tribal development immediately upon the completion of a colony. Half tribal development is kept emigration. Okay. It's completed Barbaroi council gain land share. Okay. So this reduces our native uprising chance, but we keep half of the development. Seize Barbaroi land council as a state privilege. Not affected by seize land action. Grants national manpower, scaling with the state land share up to 60%. Okay. Or we should listen, but our word is final. They exist, and we also get the same thing. Okay, so we could make use of their existence by getting more development in these provinces. But they gain land share as soon as this happens. Either way, they do gain the foreign overlords, which makes them unaffected by sea's land. It gives us national manpower modifier increase depending how much land share they have. Now it's a question if we want to make use of them or not. Now, starting with extra development is pretty useful. That is clearly to be said. I think I'm gonna do this. Everything extra is always good. No rival. Okay. Okay, seems like we need to break their necks. I can live with that. Frontier Pronoia. Right, I did want to check what else we can do here. Inclusive citizenship. We get more into tribal integration. As native population gains cooperative expansion, which gives more legal settler increase. But they will retain in their culture. And they will gain more land share. And everyone that is not okay. And every province that is not an accepted culture gains cultural sovereignty, which just improve them a little, improve stuff a little bit, but again more autonomy. I see. Oh no, this is useless. Increase tributes, which gives them the culture gives me more money. This gives more tribal cultural integration. Advisor of ruler culture, and the other guys are gonna be more upset. I see. Pax Romana. Every province with a culture native to the New World gets unrest reduction, but more state maintenance. Okay. Divided Imperia. Can remove but they get less manpower. I don't want either of those, to be honest. I don't care about unrest. Okay. So this one doesn't look half bad, the open offices. That is gonna give us a really decent... Of course it makes stuff more expensive, but at the moment I have other problems anyway. So I would like to do this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take this. I'm not gonna take this one here. Because this just, yeah, I do want to keep things to switch to my culture, to be honest. So, what is this? Jesus Christ. Several dinatoi have repeatedly petitioned the Basilius, anxious about their position. Throughout these last few years, they have been relegated to mere bureaucrats and foremen, re-establishing our institutions and guiding the expansion efforts. They fear the eventual decline of rights and are urgently seeking for ways to entrench their position to the resurgent nation. Conversely, the Basilius has been growing increasingly worried about the lack of resources to fund state projects. We may be able to kill two birds with one stone here, as the dinatoi have been on the receiving end of many resources in exchange for their services and continued loyalty. We can offer them first pick of land throughout the new settlements in exchange for immediate payment. Being nobility, they will be offered this land alongside the privilege of Pronoia, which confers temporary tax exempt status. This would give them a head start as landowners compared to the commoners, having both the best lands and decades of decay. So, we gain money. Each time a colony on the Continental Elysium is completed, the dinatoi gain land share equal to 20% of its native relative development. Which gives us a yearly tax income of 24. That's pretty neat. Or something else. Oh, it just enables that, okay. Is this good? I mean, of course we will fight with the land share stuff, but I think this is pretty decent. So, what else do we have with you guys here? We could give you that to reduce the administrative burden. At the moment, the administrative burden is going... Oh, because we have some overextension, that's why this is going up. Active colony, of course, as well. We do have some clicks here that could reduce that. I mean, this one technically, but this gives minimum autonomy of 25. It's pretty heavy. This one just wants admin, right? But we should not get, yeah, we know positive in money. That's really neat. And we're gonna take the primacy, of course, as always. The right of council. And there's a primacy over the council. And then otherwise we don't have anything else here. Do we take this? We're already struggling with the land share. Empower the estates. Our estates are still in the promise. Okay, so we can do this soon enough. 60, 60, 50. But you don't matter. Right? We do have empowered estates at the moment. How long does this stick around? Alright, because we clicked that. I see, okay. Then I think I don't want it at the moment. Then we're gonna leave it as it is. Alright. We still need manpower back. Quite a lot. But now we need to be hostile towards these guys. Which I guess I'm not super surprised by. I assume that we have a decently high attack increase. Yeah, lack of supplies and exiled really pushes this one up. In a year we could think about doing this. If we have a marketplace or a trader. This one is also... This is a pretty massive estate actually. This one is not happening. And we need to own this one. Okay. This pushes this back. Alright. I mean, we need some manpower back before we can think about attacking these guys. Because at this point, why not get some militaristic stuff done? Screw these guys. They rivaled me. I'm not a bad guy here. Maybe. So. Yeah, this just is tribal development. But we should gain a use out of this. The presence and seeming toleration of heathens within our country has caused various clergy members as well as devout courtiers to express their frustration, going as far as to demand that the Crown makes a public statement on the matter, catching our basilius off guard during a meeting with our advisors. How should we react? So this one will anger them. This one will anger the other one. Or we make a wake statement. I don't think that this is high enough yet for this. This is at 0%. What? It clearly says something here. I will... Yeah, let's do this one. We're gonna end the episode here. So like always... Oh, this is good. So like always, like surround shenanigans. I guess see you guys next episode. Bye!